think Heavy D just being how he carried himself as a big man, the way he dressed, the way he approached things, his charismatic figure, how he was your favorite rapper's parents' favorite rapper, and most of all, how he spoke on things and how he projected things and his thought process of being who he was as a great actor, as a great producer, as a great father. A lot of people don't know he was a great father. So I'm looking at that and emulating that was something that the lessons that were invaluable to me. So a lot of things that he did and he did around me really impact me today. The way I dress, the way I carry myself, the way I present myself to the public. I mean, these are things that when you're young, you don't really look at as you're doing, but as it rubs off on you as you get older, you go back to him to the way he gave you the lessons to be who you are. And it's just highly appreciated. I miss him very much, and I love him for everything he's done for me. And every time somebody gives you something, it's not necessarily the money they're giving you that's the value. It's the thought process and what he taught you that is the money. That is more money than he could ever give me.
Yeah, because I was looking at other interviews and just seeing how you talk about Heavy D, like one incident when you, at the beginning of you and Troy's relationship, how it was like a beef
Yeah,
situation, and you spoke how he squashed that beef,
right,
like he brought you, like, Brick, go in my car, and
right, right.
he was that person.
Absolutely.
How did that change not only the relationship between you and Troy,
Hmm.
but how you looked at Heavy, being that he was the mediator of that situation, because it could have, the way you described the fight
It
and
could have went.
everything
It
like
could have
that,
went very bad.
exactly,
It
it
could
could
have
have
went
went
very
so
bad, and it
bad.
was
It
going bad.
sounded
It,
horrible,
it
like
was
the way
going
you
bad.
described that
Yeah.
situation, I was just envisioning it in my mind, and
Hmm.
I'm like, God damn.
But I wanted everybody to feel that because it's so many people that could relate to that situation, but the situation was never controlled. The situation was never solved. So when the situation gets out of hand like that, sometime and you have somebody who can reel it back in and let people know, hey, you were wrong for this. Hey, you should have carried this different. Hey, there's nothing wrong with what he did. There's something wrong with what you did. And the way he solved it, he knew that I wasn't in the wrong. I was approached first. I was the one that was playing the defense. I know I'm not a saint, but in this particular situation, there was no getting around it. It was either do what you got to do or have a problem every time you see this guy. So just luckily, Hev was there to be wise enough to have a solution, and that's what I got out of it. This guy had a solution, and he had a plan implemented how to squash this beef, how to make this work, and move on from it. Most of all, and be successful and be loving at the same time,
Yes.
and not be judgmental, not take sides.
Well, I kind of appreciate the fact that he did that at that time, because do you feel like had he not stepped in and mediated the situation, would we have reminisced?
No, we would. No,
Would they
we wouldn't.
reminisce over you?
No, I don't think so.
Wow, that's
I
really
don't think we would have had it because it would have got. It was too serious. What happened to his. We're talking about family, right? We're talking about if we're out there really trying to hurt each other and your family member gets hurt, all bets is off. Or we're not cool no more. It's going to take something drastic to change the narrative of that. And
that
that's
was
what
Heavy
happened.
D. He
That
was
was
the
him.
drastic thing
He
that y'all
changed
needed.
it. He changed it, and they had because really and truly, his brother was in a coma. So I'm expecting the cops to come. I'm expecting there to be a problem. That people are going to get locked up from that situation. But this guy handled it. It was in the street, and he kept it right there.
now.
And don't forget, he may be older than us, but he was young too.
Yeah.
He was a
That's
young
what I was
kid too.
saying. That's what I was thinking too. Like, he's right there with y'all.
Yeah, he was a young kid too. So for
Yeah.
him to act beyond his age is the reason why he's who he is. If we act mature, then we get better results. When we act like children and we don't allow ourselves to grow, then these simple problems that could be squashed, they get out of hand. And then there's nobody there to do anything but feed it. And it can only get worse from there.
And you know, there's always people around to feed the negative energy as opposed
But that's
to,
how it got to that.
yeah.
It got to that because they would kept
The
feeding it.
spectators.
They kept feeding it and feeding it. And remember, he was on. I wasn't on.
Okay. So
He
you
was
wasn't-
on.
You wasn't recording with
I wasn't recording like that. I wanted to be on. I was like this much away.
Okay.
And once that happened, it just put me in.
That was
They had no choice but
So
to.
that situation got
That
you.
situation just sealed it.
Okay.
Because it was like he was on. He came up there looking like $1 million to fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm still in the street, still scrambling, still going to night school, still trying to be that young man and still have aspirations and ambition.
So it was some positive that came out of it then.
Absolutely.
positive.
I'm just,
Absolutely.
We
I'm
got
just,
T.R.O.Y.
I'm just
Absolutely.
saying, like, for the people at home that's following along, I'm just
kidding
trying
me?
to.
Because it's like the song. You change that negative into a positive.
We have
You know what I'm
other
saying?
stuff.
For everything to be manifested, for us to heal. And when you have a story like that, then anybody can do that.